Imran, I'm just so happy to see you face to face. I mean,
Good
the
to see you,
last
man.
couple of ones, Cherry round one and round two, both were
Yeah,
at a screen, and I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
when can I give him a real hug?
No,
Good
it
to
was
see
a,
you.
it's the terrain has completely changed, right? I
Yeah.
mean, most of the meetings these days are like, why get out of your house and get stuck in traffic when there's always Zoom? But it's a different world we're living in. But nice to see you in person, man.
Also, just a big shout out for the House of Dibuk
Yes,
downstairs.
downstairs. Yes.
I think it's just super experiential marketing. I mean,
Yeah.
for us journalists, people in the media to come in, hang out, get spooked out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know if you got spooked out or not.
My actress had a mini heart attack, and because of that, I got a mini heart attack. Not because of the ghosts. Her scream, I jumped out of my shoes. So that was pretty spooky. She's done it a couple of times. And she knows it's there, but she'll still scream every time we do an interview there because someone will creep up from behind and she'll be like, scream.
Is there a horror film that you've never gotten over? Like they say, if you
Yeah.
see The Conjuring, you never get over it. So,
The Exorcist.
yeah.
That was the first definitive, that was the experience that got me into the genre like full time. And I remember watching it after my 10th standard boards. And back in the day, I mean, the millennials obviously won't get this. There was always VHS for us. If you're not well versed, for the uninitiated, there's this clunky little cassette that you put into a box and you're tracking when the picture is really bad. So it was not true 4K, but I was actually told by the guy that this is stuff that you should be watching. It's really scary. That's something that I take with me to this date when I check into hotels in the night. The bed levitating, that scene was that stays in my consciousness.
VHS, and then one graduated to laser discs in Sarvodaya.
Yeah, yeah.
Those were
Sarvodaya
the
and
days.
Katil,
Katils.
Showbiz.
Super stuff.
Yeah.
I like the supporting cast. Denzel plays the Padri. I love his voice. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a very
Very heavy
regal
voice.
touch about him.
Heavy voice.
He's another old Bandra man.
Yeah, yeah.
There's Manav Kaul.
Yeah.
Really, the right kind of network to surround yourself in for the
Yeah.
Spook Fest.
It
Talk
gives
to
a
me
lot
about
of
that.
credibility, I think. It's very important to make a horror film credible because, yes, it has in the past. First of all, as far as the number of films, we've not done too many, and most of them are not done right. They generally lack the aesthetics. It's very important to make the film credible by putting in good performers into a film. We have seen that internationally. When you do that, horror films go to the Oscars. But we felt with this, we must up the quotient as far as jump scares go. The narrative we had in place because of the original Ezra, that was a spectacular film. Making one rehashed for 2021, that was very important. And thankfully, COVID happened. We shot half the film. We were well aware of the big change of OTT. We amped up the horror even more after the first lockdown. And we shot the main portions of the possession and the spook. So we got that right. And of course, fantastic performers like Denzel, Manav, Imad is a spectacular performer. There's a girl called Darshana in the film. Nikita's done a fabulous job. I'm okay. So yeah, bag of good performers.
But I tell you something, Diane again
Yeah,
was way ahead of its time though.
it was. It was.
And there are kids who've grown up watching it. I mean, my elder one is
It makes me
8
feel
now.
so old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
elder one is 8. And Harun, who's Coco's son, is senior to her in school.
Yeah.
And every time she sees Kokana in school, she
Oh,
goes,
she's-
Diane auntie.
Yeah. She's,
So,
she's terrifying.
that's quite spooky,
No,
for kids.
Konkana was terrifying in
Yeah.
that film. Yeah, I was terrified seeing her in that film. And just because, see, that's what horror is. If you play on the front foot and do something unique and different, then you'll always have that kind of reaction from the audience. It's testament to in Hollywood. I mean, in the recent times, whenever you've, slasher film, you've seen Saw or Blair Witch Project or Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
These all, breakthrough films that have done something new and unique and paid huge dividends at the box office. Ek Thi Diane was a good watch ahead of its times and a film I'm proud of as far as one of the unique novel horror films.
And as far as Indian horror films are concerned, I mean, one can turn around and say the Ramsey brothers were making it cheesy and things like that. I know you had once told me that when you were growing up, you were more exposed to Hollywood cinema than Bollywood cinema.
Yeah.
But did you ever catch any of those
I
Ramsey
used to
brothers
watch,
films?
I've seen pretty much
You've seen
every-
all those?
yeah. I've seen Purana Mandir,
Yeah.
seen
Kitschy.
Purani Haveli, Darwaza. So my viewing used to be, all these films were used to be this trial room, which was was right opposite my building, which was Dutt Saab's trial room is Ajanta Arts.
Of
I don't know
course,
if well
yeah.
close to that. So it's right there, it's opposite. And a lot of Bhatt Saab's films used to be screened there. And Bhatt Saab used to get these films screened for the kids. So we used to be like 8, 9-year-olds that used to go watch Ramsey films over there and get spooked and enjoy them at that point. Yeah.
You know, Vikram Bhatt once told me, and it's a very, very potent statement. He said, you know, horror films call for great acting from the actors because a lot of the sound effects are not there on the set.
Yeah.
I mean, you might see a spirit falling down,
Yeah.
but you don't get the other surround sound and things like that.
Yeah,
Has that changed from, you know, Vikram doesn't do films that regularly anymore. So I'm just asking you, has that
No,
changed?
there's a suspension of disbelief for sure. Some directors go ahead and actually put in the background sound. I mean,
So
if you
did
see,
this guy do that?
No,
Did
no,
JK
he
do
didn't
that?
do it. Like I've seen the making of The Shining. Kubrick in the maze scene, the camera was on the trolley, and there was a boombox there with the sound of the track he's going to have in the background score for the climax. So some directors put that eeriness on the set. I think this was eerie enough with the visuals that we had on screen. And I'm kind of used to, I've done a couple of horror films and I'm a big horror buff. So I was well versed with that. It's very important not to make it caricaturish, not to go over the top, because then it looks comic. And we're known to dramatize things in our country, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important horror to make it more believable. The more realistic, the more believable, the more engaging and engrossing and captivating for the audience.
And I've always noticed that in horror, there is always this spiritual and religious element, irrespective of what religion we're talking about.
yeah.
Because there is an inherent belief that the only person who can save you is, you know,
Padri,
the angel as
priest.
opposed to the devil.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And we see a padri, a
Yeah,
rabbi,
yeah,
and things like that
yeah.
also happening here with the Dibuk.
Yeah.
Does Manav play the rabbi or Denzel plays the father? The priest.
Yeah. His father is Denzel, rabbi is Manav. I mean, that's his last resort. Sam's my character's last resort because he knows nothing about the mythology and just their beliefs of the occult. So he actually goes to this old Jewish settlement and this place where he gets in touch with these people to understand what this box is in his house, because his wife is, you know, very assumingly brought one artifact back home from an antique store, and that actually has a significance according to Jewish their folklore. So it's brought in, and then these weird things start happening, and he doesn't know what it is, what was in the box when she opened it. So that. But yeah, it's right. I mean, you always bring in these elements of, it's always light versus dark, good versus evil. It's the age-old theme where you kind of, you know, give it just a new packaging and kind of bring in something new for the audience. But priests have been there in the best cult horror films. I mean, Exorcist had it, Emily Rose had it. So all these films, Omen. And there's always a priest who almost dies or dies.
Correct,
In a car crash, or there's like a cross from the top of the church that goes and kind of goes into his body. So yeah.
It must also be exciting to work on a Malayalam remake. Also, you know, the Pathaks have done that with Drishyam.
Yeah.
I find, as opposed to Telugu cinema and portions of Tamil cinema, which can be over the top and loud, Malayalam cinema has retained its subtlety and retained its finest quality. I don't know if you watch much regional cinema at all.
Yeah, a little bit, but I know what you're saying. I think it's more literary based, it's more nuanced. There is no over the top kind of unnecessary dramatics in their films. They actually have less of the dramatics. They almost sometimes shy away from juicing out the emotion in the scene. It goes into there and cut it and get out. It's almost subtle. It's like the Western nuanced performances, which I love about it. And the horror films leave more to the imagination than what you see on screen. And I always believe, if you're going to show a monster or a ghost in the first 5-10 minutes, you've lost me. It's always what works in your mind. It's always more psychological.
Did you feel the need to watch Ezra at all? Or did you
I had
say
already
no?
watched it.
Oh, you'd already seen
I
it.
had seen it way before the director came and narrated it to me. So I had seen it. And although I didn't remember much, I remembered the story and stuff. But I realized that the director has done something fresh and unique, amped up things in the film, changed things for the better kept the thread of the story in the narrative and really upped the quotient of the horror and the spook.
Nikita, it's the first time you're working with her. Yeah, she looks $1,000,000, but just your interaction with her, playing your wife in this film. What do you think of the performance?
I mean, I saw her first shot and I was like, we're, we've first of all cast the right person who is not unnecessarily kind of overplaying fear on screen. And I could see from the first scene that she made it very, very believable. There was this silent shot that I saw of hers. And I was like, yeah, she knows her job. And we had taken her through a bunch of workshops before that to get that right. Just the psychological aspect. Because it's kind of fine line. If you cross that certain, boundary, then it tends to look a little funny on screen. So we took her through workshops, we had filmed it before, and then we went on set and we shot it.
So will Ayan be watching Dibuk? Does he watch it through his
don't
Razai,
know.
or is
No,
he brave enough to watch it?
He is not as desensitized to horror films as I am. He's a little more, he reacts strongly to them. I've seen it in films which are creature films. So I've seen him in creature films where he's reacted strongly. I'm like, I don't know if he can take horror in just as yet. Although I could see it. So I don't want him to get nightmares. I'm not showing him anything right now.
JK, your thoughts about him, as a filmmaker, having done this in 2 languages, your thoughts on him?
Oh, he's his astute knowledge for the medium, for the genre, is fantastic. The way he's just kind of helmed this, the way he shot the scenes, managed the performances, keeping things nuanced and realistic. The horror scenes, a certain novelty in them. Effective use of background music, not overdone. Like there's another problem we have here with overdoing it.
Ramu used to do that.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
disrespect to him, he's a fine filmmaker.
But not in Raat.
Yeah, he didn't do it in Raat. You're
Raat,
right.
he didn't use it.
Absolutely right.
So I think Jay comes from that school.
Good.
Bhoot was an overuse of jump scares.
Correct.
God, that doorbell. I mean, and it was okay first time around, and that doorbell again and again. So Jay doesn't kind of use those crutches in his film. It's more psychological, which I liked about his work in the film, and also the aesthetics of how to light it up. We like chaka-chak lighting, right?
Yeah,
A horror film also just flood a light there, and just then you can see every part of the room. Then where's the ghost? There's nothing playing on your mind. So Jay works with those light and dark portions in a room. Yeah.
My last question is about Diwali. I mean, you belong to such a secular family. All festivals are celebrated. How is Diwali normally celebrated in the Hashmi household? And obviously this year has got to be muted because things are just opening up.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? Do you just light diyas?
Diyas for sure.
Puljaris, some cards, I don't know.
Diyas, I've always lose in cards, so I'm going to try my luck again at it. I generally, it just goes out of my hand. I just lose, keep losing. So that, then I don't like bombs anymore. So aerial crackers for my son. He likes burning them. And just having family friends over and going out probably post Diwali somewhere. Not for holiday, just somewhere in Bombay.
So it's just a very family
family
kind of
friends,
thing.
yeah.
Nice. And this year obviously it's got to be muted, so
Chill scene.
it's going to be just home.
I have pets now, so I've newly discovered and more, I think, empathetic to the sound outside.
Yeah, man.
Because
so
I
rough
feel
on them.
it's tough on
So
them.
rough
I
on
can imagine what it would be.
I know friends who send their dogs to shelters outside.
Oh God.
It's just,
And there are people who light, grown men who light bombs at like 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning. Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know why people do that. But anyways, it is what it is.
Imran, lots and lots of love. I can't wait to see the book.
Thank you. Hope you like it. Being a horror fan, hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I
Let
will.
me know.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Cheers, man. Take care.